In today's video, we're checking out the Solstice Lucky Draw. It has, of course, been redoxed. It is, it includes, of course, the legendary XPR Dual Persona, and it also has the epic Urban Tracker Enforcer skin as well. If you do want to avoid the video, make sure to, of course, like and subscribe. And if you do want my SPR Loadout, as that, of course, is going to become using today's video, then make sure to, of course, stay tuned to the end for that. And let's get into the video. Today's shout out goes to Boomdock Saint Gaming. They have 57 subscribers at the time of recording this video, and they do mainly battle royale centered content. So yeah, if you do go over and enjoy any of their videos, then make sure, and live streams I believe as well, they do live stream. Then make sure to, of course, like any of the videos, like any of the ones you do enjoy, and subscribe to the channel if you do enjoy their channel in general. Of course, I have links down below in the description and up on the screen here. Make sure to make sure to, of course, go over and leave any positive comments on anything they're doing correctly, and make sure to leave any constructive criticism comments and some constructive comments on how they can improve their content. Of course, make sure to, of course, go over, be positive, be supportive, and let's get into the video. Is that supposed to be the volume of this? Why do I feel that should be volume of this? Oh. Here we are in the training mode, and the first thing we're going to take a look at is, of course, the nunchucks. Now, these complement the orange side of the weapon, as you'll see in one moment. There's, of course, all the skins in this draw anime skins. They're actually pretty good ones as well. Of course, you don't really get to see much of the actual nunchucks, but in terms of going off the M13 as well, look at the orange animated bit. It's quite nice, and of course it is anime skin, so they do get plus points for that. Overall, it's going to be a 7 out of 10. There's some more decent throwaway skins. Then we have, of course, the Urban Tracker. I can't remember exactly what it's called. But yeah, it's the Tracker skin. I would have said that in the intro probably. It's definitely a unique one. It's, of course, meant to be more of a space themed one. I do like kind of the ears on the helmet. So yeah, definitely going to be an interesting one. Now, as you just saw, this is the SPR, and as you can see, there's a reason it's called Dual Persona, and the reason why it's one of my favourite legendaries, even though it's not too bright and colourful, and that is it changes colour. Of course, this is the orange side, and there we go, that's the blue side. They're both really cool in their own different ways. Yeah, of course, they both do have different like anime figures on them. One's meant to be more like night, I believe, and one's meant to be more day. And yeah, you can tell that even by the sound they make as well. They make a different sound. They make a different sound depending on what mode it's in. And also, if I add some bots in, you'll see. So that is the orange side. It's kind of like a sun. Tends to see it's kind of like a moon. So they're different. The different clear effects depending on what side it's on, and also unfortunately you can't decide which side it's on. It randomly switches throughout the game. But I thought it was really cool that the whole vibe of the gun completely changes depending on what colour it is. So yeah, definitely a really nice one. Yeah, overall, I actually prefer the blue side. There's more animation to it, and the death bit is like cooler on the blue side, I would say. Although neither side is necessarily boring. And those actual legendaries again, actually an 8 out of 10 is quite a nice one again. It's a very unique one, I would say. Definitely one worth checking out. If you have core points, of course. As you can see, this gun is actually very fun to use. Okay, yeah, so yeah, overall the lucky draws got a 7.5 out of 10. But yeah, so now in terms of the actual SPR, it's actually a really fun gun to use. Of course, it is mainly meant for close range quick scoping, I would say. Yeah, definitely a really fun one to use. Of course, I actually find it slightly easier to quick scope with than a conventional sniper, because of course it doesn't have, because it is a marksman rifle, it doesn't have that. It doesn't have it's not limited to a default scope of what being a sniper scope. So you have the default iron sight instead of a default sniper scope, and yeah, it really makes it a lot easier to take close to range gunfights. And yeah, definitely one that I really enjoyed. As you can see, it does have, I'm not sure when it has the bullet penetration, but it does have some bullet penetration power as well, as you just saw there. But yeah, definitely a really fun one to use. Of course, like I said, and it's really satisfying to use as well. The scope animation is a bit different to a sniper, of course, so it might take a bit to get used to in terms of that. So of course, it doesn't have the scope unless you do put a scope on it, like a tack scope. Although I wouldn't recommend it, because it kind of ruins the vibe of being a quick scoping gun. You can also put a red dot on it, but again, not recommended. So yeah, of course, it does have like zero real recoil. Of course, it's because it is a bar action. Yeah, in terms of damage, we have 77, 105, 134, 149. So it's a guaranteed one shot as long as you hit anywhere above the legs. But as you can see, because it is a marksman rifle, it does have a damage drop off. As you can see, that was 101, not 103 right there. So yeah, as you see, it's dropping off, but it's still guaranteed one shot when you hit anywhere above the legs. Now finally out with the 40 meter range. I think that was 97 right there, 102. So I believe you have to hit upper body and head to upper chest and head to finish upper body and head to get the one shot at that range. But of course, so like I said, it does have damage drop off, which is one of the main downsides compared to a sniper, is of course the lackluster range. Although, like I have said before, this is more of a quick scoping, more of an aggressive weapon, for more of an aggressive version of a sniper, for definitely more for quick scoping. So yeah. So yeah, one last inspect. Definitely really cool. Overall, like I said, 7.5 out of 10 for the lucky draw. And in terms of the weapon, a really fun one. Definitely one if you do want to snipe, you want to become more aggressive, then I would highly recommend checking this one out. It's definitely a better version of the Kilo. Of course, I believe it's probably the second best marksman rifle in the game at the moment. Of course, the SKS being the first best, or the best, even not the first best. It's been the best. It's the best one-shot sniper, I would say. And one-shot marksman rifle. Like, bolt action marksman rifle even. So yeah, definitely a really fun one. Definitely worth recommend checking out. Now let's get into the ranked gameplay.
Enemy down.
Hard point is ours. Point lost.
Enemy down. Enemy is down. Enemy down.
Hard points one. We've taken the lead. Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint locked.
Tango down. Enemy in sight.
Ready to jam. Sam turret ready. Hardpoint identified.
Targets in sight. Enemy contact. Enemy in sight.
Okay, so here is my SPR loadout. As you can see, it's increased the mobility. Of course, it is mainly more like a marksman rifle, obviously, but it's more like a sniper. In fact, it is just a one-shot hill, single shot bolt action rifle. So yeah, it's you want to increase the mobility as much as you can. As this gun is particularly fun for quick scoping, as of course it doesn't have a sniper scope as its base iron sight, it just has iron sights. So yeah, it's actually quite a fun one to use. And then of course we have to increase the damage and the range of the damage, because it doesn't have the most consistent one-shot potential, so obviously we want to increase that. And the range, because it does have damage drop off as it is a marksman rifle, not a sniper, so you want to increase the one-shot range of the weapon. So yeah, we have the tactical suppressor for the science ability. We have the MIP light barrel for the -7% ADS time and plus 5% movement speed. We have the YKM combat stock for the -10 ADS time. We have the .300 5-round reload for the plus 50% damage range and increase the damage, of course. Then we have the light bolt for the -15% fire interval.